Most adults who attend meetings get confused and drop out. Learning this material will go a long way towards rectifying that. Thank you for considering this request.
Okay, board members? All right, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Mary Lynn Gerstenschlager. Mary Lynn. Maria Torres. Maria Torres.
Here she goes.
Oh, I think she's making her way. So who's on
And
deck?
then Daniel Boone, and then Kathleen Thomas. Daniel Boone, and then Kathleen Thomas.
I know.
And so they have to make copies. That's for all the governors and officials of the missions. And this one is, they will make me 2 copies. And also, one of the members from my clan, I know, which one to register yesterday. But the computer for the application was not ready.
Ms. Torres, are you Ms. Torres?
Yes.
Is this Ms. Torres? Ms. Torres, you need to bring your...
Basically, we were here on 2010, or San Antonio Mission of the Indigenous Lineage
Ms.
Descendants.
No.
And we were having a problem yesterday in the computer to register one of our members, actually 2 of them. So there's also Sofia Torres, and she's going to concede my 2 minutes, so it will be 4. And that's Mary Jane. Her time is 2 minutes.
Okay, now,
We were having very
Ms.
hard
Torres,
time.
hold on, just over here. I'm over here.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm in the red.
Right.
All right, so I'm a little bit confused. So we have a specific order of the testifiers, and I, at the beginning of the day, mentioned there was a little bit of an issue with the computer, but that we were signing people up over here. So she'll call their names in order. But right now is your 2 minutes, if you want to go ahead.
Ms. Torres, who she's, another indigenous, she's going to give me the 2 minutes.
You're speaking for Ms. Torres?
Right.
Are you reading her testimony?
It is her testimony.
Okay, I'm sorry. Now I get it. Thank you.
And
Okay.
also, I just want to address, there was a problem with opening the books, because we were notified on Saturday. So I was able just to open the PD files, and we saw the omissions that we addressed to you, and I seen you, Ms. Knight. And thank you, Ms. I think it's Cargill.
Yeah.
Yes, it's new one.
Cargill.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
great. So go ahead
I
and
see
start.
some changes. So we were here 2010.
Great.
And
All right, well,
we
we'll go ahead
are
and start your
heartbroken
time.
because
Go ahead and
you,
read it.
you omit our history, or
Okay.
Coahuiltecan history. So you have the copies, right?
We do.
I worked like crazy until 2 in the morning.
You did a good
because
job.
we had to testify for the Alamo Plaza Advisory Committee, which we want to give you good news, or Coahuiltecan people that are here, some of the clans, Mr. Diaz from the Panache, Coahuiltecan, Ms. Mary Jane Martinez from the Borrado, and Ms. Flores as well, Chayopin and Panache, and we have Ron Rocha, also Coahuilteca. Again, this is the book for the World Heritage nomination of the 5 missions. The remarkable thing on this matter, as we addressed it on 1020, is that I saw the omission. You only included on section 113.15 social studies, and I was not able to review the books again. We were having problems with the Adobe, how to open them, and it was like Saturday, and then we have the deadline on Monday for the other matter. On social studies, grade 4 to 12, before print of new textbooks for school year. I put 2014 to 12, 16. If necessary, please clarify school years, introduction, and in grade 4, the studies examine the story of Texas from the early beginnings to the present within the context or influence of North America, historical context focus on Texas history, including knowledge and skills of history. And I opened those PD files, but I didn't see nothing about the Coahuiltecans. I saw Lipan, Carancagua, and where were the Coahuiltecans? I put you the map. This is the map of Texas in 1720. It is a wonderful map that the children need to learn. The Indian rancherias of the Coahuiltecans, and then you can see already the missions. And our people with great suffering and blood build these missions that hopefully they will become a world heritage, because the sweat and the blood over Coahuiltecans, 200 clans. And to end it, there's also, I give you the list of the governors and officials of each mission, all the trademarking like shoemakers, carpenters, architects, all Indians, okay? They left their old rancherias to become mission Indians. And those were the Coahuiltecas, okay? And to end, I put you the Santos Sacramentos, and it says very clearly, to many nations that live in the Rio Grande and el Rio San Antonio, and they say the Pacuache, the Tilijaya, the Pamaque, the Borrados. These are ancient people, very aboriginal, like in comparison like the one in Australia. And we want inclusiveness, and you have what I said there, Coahuiltecan.
Okay, Ms. Torres, thank
Okay.
you. Are there any questions? Mrs. Knight?
Thank you, Ms. Knight.
Mike, is your mic?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm looking for the specific textbook that you are addressing.
Well, I know there's the McGraw-Hill and the other ones.
McGraw-Hill,
I
okay.
had problems to open the Adobe. I
Okay.
had really problems to do it, and then, that was Sunday. I read all the other PD files, and I didn't see Coahuiltecans,
Okay,
and I was crying.
all right, so.
Because that's the original ones from Central South Texas and Eastern Texas. They were the real people, the real McCoy. It's not a fairy tale.
Right. Madam Chairman, under the forwarding, it will really go to all of the publishers, so whoever doesn't have it would have an opportunity to address it. Is that correct?
I hope, Ms. Knight, I answered correct. Your answer is satisfactory. Is that we would like, by November, the certification, we would like that these textbooks are assuring us, like this one, that is the Department of Interior. If you read San Antonio Mission's War Heritage, it's very prestigious because the blood and sweat of our Indians to build every church, like the Alamo, that is San Antonio de Valero, and that is actually not a shrine, it's a church. And the precedent is that they build it with blood and sweat.
Right.
Okay, so I hope I answered your question and the book. We don't want these books to be printed until you are assuring us that our clans Coahuiltecans or the word Coahuilteca is included. And
Ms.
have
Torres,
the names of the clans, we have.
Let me clarify something,
I
though.
hope you will
Remember,
read this book.
let me just say what I've been saying all day. Publishers are only required to cover 50% of the curriculum standards. It's very frustrating.
But
If they cover 50%.
I understand.
If
I'm
they
listening.
choose to include the information you're showing, that's up to them.
Those
So
are the first ones. You insulting us. You spitting on our faces.
Get
Or
the
people
legislature
build
to take
more
it
than
back to
30
100%.
missions in the
Yeah.
state of Texas.
Yep,
They built
All right,
5
Mrs. Knight.
missions in San Antonio.
Ms. Torres, Ms. Knight has another question for you.
No, I was just going to say that we feel your pain, so we'll be looking at what the publishers decide to do. And remember, again, we have a vote that we can take on what they do. So
And
we'll
it's
have
4
to see
years
how it
already.
plays out.
Thank you,
All right,
Ms.
thank
Knight.
you very
It's 4
much.
years.
Right.
So we would like to know, are you going to do inclusiveness of the Coahuiltecas, the Ville, the 5 missions in San Antonio, and the other ones in the Espiritu Santo and other missions?
We'll be looking to see if they make that change.
It is
All right,
important, then
thank
you
you.
are meeting history.
We understand.
You really are meeting history.
We understand.
And you need to
Thank you.
include the Coahuiltecans.
We got you.
Any other question?
Thank you.
Thank you for staying up late, too.
Well, as long as you do the inclusiveness, otherwise you're lying to our children in Texas. You're lying that there was not Aboriginal people, Coahuiltecans,
Daniel
that built
Okay,
more than 30
got to move
missions.
on. Thank you.
Daniel Boone, followed by Kathleen Thomas, followed by Robert Bonfalk. Daniel Boone, Kathleen Thomas, Robert Bonfalk,
Good afternoon. You can go ahead.
Oh, good afternoon. I'm Robert Baumfalk. I'm a retired United Methodist minister, mental health case worker. I've got a history degree from Southwestern University. I first testified on the textbook hearings in 1978. I was looking for what was not in the textbooks. In 1978, there were two high school American history textbooks that did not have Neil Armstrong or America's landing on the moon. One of the textbooks then had only 2 pages of the Vietnam and 1 paragraph on Watergate. But by 1984,